Hey, it's the Master Vegan here, and today we're going to be talking about papayas. Papayas come in two varieties. We have the very large variety, and we also have a much smaller variety that come from the South Pacific area. And the smaller variety are a lot sweeter than these larger types. However, the larger types do have a fruitier, deeper flavor to them. So what we're going to do is, first off, I'm going to show you how to buy one. Now, I freely admit that this was the least beaten up one in the store because I do live in a northern climate and it is still very rare to get a large papaya like this. So what you're going to want to do is try to make sure that there's not a lot of rotten marks, especially in the ends, like that. You're going to want to make sure there's not a lot of bruising on the papaya. And then when you want to make sure it's ripe, what you're going to be looking for is this golden color right here. This is a clear indication that the starch in the papaya is now turning into sugar and it's turning into a nice golden color on the outside. So first you're going to wash this thoroughly because coming from other parts of the world, you don't know what kind of pesticides are on here. So I already gave this papaya a nice scrub and a rinse and made sure that it was all clean on the outside. So let's go ahead and get going, and I'll show you the easiest way to go ahead and carve up a papaya this size. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut off these ends. There we go. Oh, look at that. Nice and ripe. I can smell it. As soon as you cut it open, you should be able to smell the nice, sweet papaya smell coming out of there. So we've got these crazy seeds in here. So let's go ahead and cut it in half and scoop out all the seeds. And this is basically the same way that you're going to go ahead and process a smaller papaya. It's just not going to be as difficult to get rid of all the seeds. So we're going to scoop out all the seeds, and there's also this little bit of white material around the seeds. I believe it's called the endosperm that protects the seeds. And you're going to want to get that out as well because it's just not that tasty. It's not as sweet. So we're going to clean out all the seeds on both sides of the papaya. Get them all out. Get that white out. There we go. There's one side. And the other side. And once you get used to it, you can start doing it really fast. I love papaya. It is so full of vitamin C and vitamin A. Pretty good rule of thumb, if a fruit or vegetable has an orange pigmentation to it, it's got a lot of vitamin A in it. So there we go. We've got our two cleaned halves. And now we're going to cut these up. And for a large papaya like this, I learned this a long time ago. The easiest way to go ahead and get the skin off and get to the flesh is to make another cut, like so that you've only got a quarter of it all cleaned out. And then you're going to carve off the outside of the skin like this. Just give it a nice little carve. For some reason, it's a lot easier than using, you can use a spoon to get the flesh out. You can also use various types of scoops, but this way you can cut it up so that it looks really nice if you're making some type of a fruit dish. Oopsie, I got a little too much papaya on one plate here. So there, as you can see now, if I wanted to go ahead and make a fruit dish, that's not quite ripe, all I would do would be to cut it like so, and dice it right up into this bowl. And without even scooping, I've got some nice square pieces there. I'll do the same with this. If you see any white parts on here, that's just the part that didn't get ripened. That's not uncommon. If it's coming from far away, this one probably came from South America, so it came across 2 continents to get here. And it doesn't always ripen on the same ends. There we go. And that's exactly what I would do to these 2 pieces right here. I would just make sure I cut off all the flesh. When it's very ripe like this, it likes to fall apart in half, which is fine. The main goal is just to make sure that you're getting square pieces, so that your fruit salad looks beautiful. So there we have it. And that's how you clean out a large papaya. So once again, this is the Master Vegan, and please visit my website, themastervegan.com, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I cover a lot of exotic fruits and other vegan dishes. So go ahead and buy yourself a large papaya, clean it out, and enjoy.